Book You Measure. I'm your host, Jen Mueller, and today I am joined by a unicorn, an actual unicorn. I've always wanted to be a unicorn, but I don't know that I wanted to be the type of unicorn you are, but I'll take it. Anytime somebody calls me a unicorn, right?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I'm kind of used to it, but...
Should we tell people that it was the high school mascot and not that people just randomly call you a unicorn?
Yeah, no, it was, I don't know how it came about, but yeah, my high school mascot was a unicorn, so I'm used to it.
He doesn't think it's any big deal. I think it is a really big deal that Bryce Miller is our guest measurer today. Although I did find out that he disapproves of my technique for making chili, which is what we are going to be making today, and that you're not any good in the kitchen.
Yeah, no, I don't really cook that much. Usually I go to Chipotle. But yeah, I feel like when you go to a chili cook-off, like the chili's been cooking for like a day or 2 days. But I've never cooked chili.
Do you have that much conversation in you? Because I was thinking we were gonna make it in like 30 minutes.
No, I mean, I could probably talk, but
Me too. This is give the people what they want.
They might lose interest though after a couple hours.
After a couple of hours. God, if people listen to me talk for a couple of hours and then lost interest, I would be golden. We are gonna make turkey poblano chili. This is a 1-pan, 2 plates recipe. We're actually going to double the recipe today because I have a hungry crew to feed. This actually comes together in about 20 minutes. We're gonna let the flavors meld, but it's not gonna be for 2 or 3 days or even for a couple hours. If you had that much time, awesome. What I could use right now is a little bit of wine. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna pair this with a Sauv Blanc because it is a white chili. So instead of having a tomato-based chili, it is a chicken broth and white bean-based chili. So that is why I've chosen this pairing.
All right, want me to open it?
Please.
I don't really know much about wine either. I'll drink wine. I mean, I like wine.
Perfect. This is just kind of, this is right up your alley right here.
Yeah, wine and chili. I mean.
That's your pairing. That's exactly what you would pair with it, right? Cheers. I also like that we have nice healthy pours. That's good. That's the way to get the conversation going. Before you drink too much of that wine, we need you to get going with an onion and some garlic cloves.
Great.
So if you could do the onion, the garlic cloves, and then these poblano peppers. Poblano peppers really don't have any heat in them. They do have flavor though. Do you know how to cut an onion or?
Yeah, I think so, right? Just cut it in half.
Yep, that's a great place to start.
Yeah. Am I gonna start crying soon or no?
You might.
I cried earlier today. I thought about it. Let's see, like this.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll make it easier for you. So if you flip it over like this, you get flat side down. That way it's not rocking.
I cut my finger one time. I got a scar still right there.
So you've got some PTSD happening right now.
Yeah, because I was cutting a tomato.
Serrated blade. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure this was just your ploy to get me to do the work. Right? This is exactly what you would have done.
But I've seen those things on like commercials where it's like a square and you just punch it in and it's diced in like 1 second. You seen that?
I have.
It's like a cheese grater, but for onions.
Yes. But
So,
that's what you were supposed to be for.
Yeah, but I figure if I was cooking at my house, if I was an avid cook, I'd probably get one of those.
I think if you're an avid cook, you have better knife skills, to be quite honest with you. I don't think an avid cook would do that. How do you feel about some garlic? I have some serious doubts about you with garlic, but we can try it.
What are we doubting? My cutting?
Yeah.
Or just the taste?
Cutting.
I mean, I bet I could cut it. It's tiny.
That might
No,
not
usually whenever I cook, I'll usually just get like a thing of pico and then just dump it in there and then it's already done. It's already diced. I like pico.
Oh, yeah, so instead of, cutting the tomatoes, which you already have PTSD from.
Yeah, then I don't gotta cut anything. So
That
is there a way
nice
I'm supposed to cut this or do I just chop it? Like that?
Like that. What did your mom make growing up? What does she cook?
She usually makes everything that is like, you gotta cook inside. So anything not on the grill, and then my dad will make the steaks or whatever.
I am so fascinated by what's happening here with the garlic and the knife.
I mean, it looks like it's chopped up pretty good.
It does look like it's chopped up pretty good. It's like you're playing whack-a-mole. What is happening over there? What are we doing?
I'm telling you, you gotta get that chopping thing, that square thing.
And I'm gonna tell you, that's why I have you here.
You signed me up to be the cutter. That's my worst job.
Well, we're building some skills. Okay, how are you gonna, you're gonna be great with the pepper. This is gonna be perfect. Besides that, we're gonna have some TV magic in there. Okay.
Yeah, you can speed it up.
Okay, do you know how to do these?
I think, right, you gotta chop this off.
Yep, you might wanna go a little further down because there's gonna be a whole bunch of seeds right at the top. So if you give it just almost to where your finger is, yeah, that'll help. There you go, perfect.
We gotta get this whole thing out?
Ah, perfect.
There we go.
Yep.
We gotta dice this thing?
I would say chop was good. Like you want it to be kind of the same size as everything else that's in the pan. We didn't quite get to a dice. Okay, here's something that you can totally do. I need you to do some measuring, and then we're gonna add the turkey in here. So here are your 2 measuring spoons. If you could give me a teaspoon of chili, if you could give me 2 teaspoons of cumin, please. That's what's in all of your Mexican food, probably in your Chipotle.
Yeah, it smells like Mexican food.
Yep.
It smells like tacos.
That's the seasoning that gives it the smokiness.
2.
Yep. Can you give me 1 teaspoon of chili powder? This one's gonna sound like a weird one. Give me half a teaspoon, so you can use this one, of cinnamon. I bet you wouldn't think
little
to
sweet.
put cinnamon. Yeah, it gives it just a little bit, and it's not very much in the grand scheme of things, but it does just add a nice little burst of flavor in there. Perfect, and a pinch, it's a real technical term, of cayenne.
Am I supposed to pinch it?
If you do, I would wash your hands really, really well. You can just kind of
do a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Tell you what, while we're adding this, we're gonna regroup. Add the turkey. We'll be right back.
I Cook, You Measure is brought to you by WGU. Online courses available 24/7, plus the ability to accelerate through coursework you already know. Learn more at wgu.edu.
All right, Bryce Miller is helping today.
Leading.
I thought that was my job.
Oh. Yeah, but I'm doing a lot of the work, so.
You're doing a lot of something. You are a lot of something. We are making our turkey poblano chili right now. We're just gonna brown up the meat a little bit. If you could open this can of beans, we're gonna use the entire can, open it, then we're gonna drain it off and kind of mash some of the beans, like just keep them in the can. We're just gonna mash them against the side. It's gonna give a little texture there.
What kind of beans are these?
White beans, cannelli beans?
I never heard of white beans.
What?
I've had black beans and brown beans. I didn't even know there was white ones.
I'm speechless. Yes, there's all different colors. We need to add some liquid to this, so if you could do 2.5 cups of broth right into the pan. And then we're just gonna let it sit there and let the flavors meld together, let the turkey finish cooking, and then we'll be done. If you do that right over the pan, then you can go a little over or a little under. Yeah.
How many cups are in here?
I think there's 8, but way to stump me. Who's in control of this show? It's not me today, folks.
It's almost out.
It's not me. should be perfect. Yep. There you go. We're gonna cover it and we're gonna let it sit. I think I might need to take a break to regroup. Do you need to take a break to regroup?
I could use a break. I mean, it smells good.
And on that note.
Dining in? I'm hand cut for the occasion.
Almost ready.
These moments are rare, so enjoy them. When you can. Sincerely hand cut steak. Sincerely Safeway.
We are having way too much fun with Bryce Miller. I do actually have some baseball and career questions. Cape Cod League, I'm curious what your experience was in that, and I'm curious your relationship with host families and how that actually works.
Yeah.
You become part of their family, right?
Yeah, I had a few host families throughout my summer ball journey, but I was in the Cape for a brief stint. I was there, I had summer class that I was trying to do, so the back half of the season I left. So I ended up, and how the Cape works, at the beginning there's a bunch of guys on temporary contracts, and then you have the full summer guys. So I was there for 2 months and I threw 9 innings. At the time I was a closer, but still, I wasn't doing much. But it's a cool league though, because it's a lot of the best players around the country, and it's little league feel. You're on a field with 10 people in the stands, and you got guys throwing 100 miles an hour, people watching them. So it's pretty fun. But my host family, pretty much every year, you don't ever pick because you don't know, and you just show up and they're like, hey, you're going to this house, and I'm like, all right. But I was fortunate. Throughout the years, all my host families were really good. They're really good to me. I still talk to all of them, and some of them. The first time I had a host family was in College Station, actually.
Really?
Because it was after my freshman year when I was in junior college, so I hadn't gone to A&M yet. I played in the Texas League with the Bombers, and I had a host family over there. So still keep in touch with them all the time. So it's cool. You build relationships and you go live with them, and you're part of their family for a few months.
Is it weird though the first time you do it?
Yeah, well the first
you're not really sure how to fit in or what you're doing.
The first week you're tiptoeing around, trying not to get in trouble. But
did you get in trouble while you were there?
No, of course not. But yeah, you just gotta feel them out, make sure you're in their house, so you gotta tend to their rules and stuff. But it's a lot of fun. I liked it. I wish I'd have thrown a little more in the Cape, but that was the first time I went to Fenway, was when I was there. First time being in the Northeast. There's a lot of people, they like to honk.
Yes, they do.
They get cranky, but.
Did they ask you repeatedly where you were from? I'm just thinking with your accent.
No, not really, but we went and had pizza one time in Boston, and I asked, I'd like to dip my pizza in ranch.
This is a common thing.
And yeah, the lady yelled at me. She said, no, we don't have no damn ranch. Why would we have ranch? I'm like, give me some ranch. What do you mean? And so she got mad. She got cranky at me. So that was weird. But Boston was cool. I liked it. This past year, went to Fenway again. I didn't pitch, but my name's on the monster now underneath. So I wrote it in pencil.
What?
I felt like the pencil would actually hold better. You could see pencil better because I wrote it on the concrete.
Yes.
Then the markers seemed like they faded. We'll see. I'll come back in 50 years and see if I find it.
I'm going to tell you, I've signed that wall twice and I can't find it when I come back.
Well,
I have no idea.
I picked a spot, everybody signs the monster part. I signed on one of the concrete pillars.
That's in the back of it.
And all the way as far as you could go, up as high as I could go. So there's not a lot of people over there.
As long as you don't shrink, you'll be just fine.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll take a step stool.
That would have been the other choice. Yeah, the pencil's a curious choice. First of all, why did you have a pencil? Who carries a pencil? I love pencils, by the way. I score in pencil, but
whenever I
I
signed
do
it,
crosswords and pen, so I'm a little bit mixed up. Crossword and pen, score my scorebook, and pencil.
yeah, no, I don't. Whenever I did it, they gave me a tour of the whole place. Well, I guess the guy brought a pencil. I don't know. There was one in there.
How about this? I think it's probably time, since you've got so much more experience in the kitchen now, for a little virtual master chef.
What is that?
I'm gonna give you 5 ingredients right here. I've just written them down. You're gonna tell me what you would make with these 5 ingredients.
All right. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Beef, potatoes, carrots, peas, and onions. So like making one dish or having it all on
Like
the
that's
plate
it?
together.
That's all I got? Or I can add stuff?
Well, I mean, you'd have like olive oil and salt and pepper, but those are the ones that really had to be in there.
I guess I'd just make that and then maybe can I put like some pico or something? Or some hot sauce. I need hot sauce, like some buffalo sauce.
So you would just do beef. By the way, which kind of beef do you envision? Ground beef? Steak?
Probably ground.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like I'm limited on my options.
Why?
Well, I only got
beef?
5 things.
Well, it's the base. It could be the base of a couple of things. It depends on what your cut of beef is.
Yeah, no, I'd probably, a lot of the stuff that I eat, I just throw it all in a bowl and just mix it up like Chipotle. And like usually if something tastes bad, like if it don't taste that good, I can usually get through it. I just put a bunch of hot sauce on it, like some Frank's or Cholula. Just the more Cholula you add, the less of the food you taste.
Right.
So then you just mix it. And,
Right. That is true.
So it's like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I like eating good food, but like also, like if it doesn't taste good, if it's healthy, I'll just slam it. So like it's not like I'm not gonna be like, I don't like it. I'll just be like, where's the Cholula, and then just hammer it down. So like for example, I don't like peas, but if the peas were dipped in hot sauce, I guess I can make it work. I do like potatoes though, beef, potatoes, carrots. It'd be pretty good, I think.
Well, you could make it as a bowl.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You could
thinking.
also make it into shepherd's pie. You could do the potatoes, mash them up, make them into shepherd's pie.
Is that like a chicken pot pie?
Similar concept, but on the top is mashed potatoes. No crust, it's just mashed potatoes on the top.
See,
Or you
but
could do a hash.
I don't
Also,
know.
right now I need you to add a little corn.
you tell me I could do that, but I don't think I can do that. Because I never even heard of that.
Okay. In theory, it could be done.
I believe you.
Can you add a cup of corn, please, to our mix? And then we are moments away from plating this. There we go. What do you think? I hope corn was one of the things that you like.
Yeah, there's not much that I don't like. Mustard,
You draw the line at mustard.
I mean,
There's many different kinds of mustard, just like there's many different kinds of hot sauces.
yeah, but all hot sauce is good. Anything that's got mustard in it, ass.
How do you feel about mayo?
I'm fine. I'll eat mayo. It's kind of weird
So when you have your sandwich cheese on a sandwich,
sandwich.
what else is it?
If I'm making a sandwich, I'll put like tomato, lettuce, onion, whatever meat, some sandwich cheese, hot sauce. I mean, I'll do mayo if they got to put it on there, but
So you have like naked bread. Like there's nothing else on that bread.
Yeah, but you get a bunch of like mayo in the bread, and then it like gets stuck in my teeth. It's all gooey. I'm like,
Meanwhile,
that's weird.
you're trying to eat pico on a sandwich and it's spilling everywhere.
That's fine. It just falls. You eat over the plate, so then it falls on top of the plate, and then it ends up. You just mix it all together. You get a fork, and then you eat it like a Chipotle bowl.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna add just a little bit of feta cheese. Where does this go on your ranking?
I like feta.
Okay. But where does it go on your cheese ranking?
I don't know. Feta's confusing because sometimes it's like a big block, and then sometimes because we have feta in the salad bar at the field, and I guess it just depends on who beat it up. Because sometimes
so
it's like
what you're saying is it's an inconsistent it's an inconsistent measurement for you.
Yeah, well sometimes it looks like it's powder, and then the next day it's like huge chunks, and I'm like, what's going on? We gotta be consistent. So, but I get it every day. I think it's good.
Okay, well it's gonna go a little bit in here, and then we're gonna top it that way too. We are also gonna plate this when we come back.
Other universities didn't fit into my life.
They said I'd have to quit my job to go to school.
They said it would take me 4 years to graduate.
They said I have to take tests when they tell me to.
They said my degree would cost a fortune.
But I didn't have to listen to them.
Because I have a university that listens to me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the University of You.
Hey there, it's me. Food. Whenever you need me. I'm ready for you. Especially when you're busy. And you're always busy. But no matter what, we find time for this. So go ahead and enjoy the moment. Because there's plenty to go around. Keep it easy, my friends. Sincerely, food. Sincerely, Safeway.
I think we have reached our moment of truth.
We're tasting.
We're tasting. Now it is hot, so be careful.
Oh, great.
It's probably a lot like your Chipotle bowl would be my guess.
Well, I eat Chipotle. I eat it straight out the fridge. If it's ice cold, like it don't matter. I'm not really a big temperature guy. Woo always yells at me because I eat food out the fridge when it's cold. I'm like, what does it matter? It's still the same food. So, but that's a different thing.
That's a different conversation. Ooh. I like it. I mean, I didn't want to say it first, but I like it.
I definitely taste the cinnamon.
Yeah.
It's good.
Are you looking around for hot sauce right now to drown out the flavors you don't like?
No, it's good, but if I did it again, I'd say no cinnamon. I feel like I'm more of a spice over sweet.
Okay.
But it is good.
Maybe a little extra more.
More of the cayenne, yeah. Maybe some Franks.
I knew that's where we were going. I knew that's where we were going. It has been a journey today. It's been a journey. It has been a really fun journey, and I am so grateful for Bryce because, as you can tell, food brings us together and creates all sorts of memories and stories, but for so many in our community, food is a problem. It is why for every episode of I Cook, You Measure, a donation is being made to a nonprofit working to end food insecurity in our community. And with that, it is time to say goodbye. Thanks for joining us, Bryce.
Thanks for having me. I learned a few things, I guess.
I think I learned a few things too. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Maybe that's where we should shoot the show open from this time.
There you go.
I Cook, You Measure is presented by Safeway, who encourages you to step up for our high school student athletes through the Nourishing Champions program. The collaboration with Champions of Change provides funding for nutritious snacks and meals for all high school sports teams in need. Use the QR code to apply for the Nourishing Champions grant and fuel success on and off the field.